I've done plenty of Ocarina randomizers. I've done plenty of Majora's Mask randomizers. And now it's time to play them both together! Hello friends, and welcome to the first run, and what I hope will be many thereafter, of the Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask Combo Randomizer! It is time for these two randomizers to come together for one big chaotic adventure, and I cannot wait to sink my teeth into this challenge. Now, as is customary with most of the randomizers that I am playing for the first time on this channel, I will be going over some of the general setups and gimmicks that will be happening with this randomizer. But before that, there are some choices I set for this randomizer that I want to make sure I discuss first. The cool part about randomizers, with as many customizable options as this, is that each person that plays this can make their own adventure and fun. So I want to highlight how my adventure will go with these options, and that way we are all on the same page. Then I'll get into some of the more regular settings after that. So the first big thing I want to talk about comes with how the default settings with this combo randomizer works. So in this game, there are three overall eras, I'll call them, to explore, to which I will call them the Child Time Link, the Adult Time Link, and Majora's Link. The game starts you off in Ocarina of Time, typically as Child Link, with no items in either game. From there, you have the freedom to go anywhere as Child Link, but the other areas need a little bit more work. So to open the Door of Time and access the Adult Time, you need an Ocarina, the Song of Time, where the Sacred Stones are actually not required, and access to the Master Sword, which is treated as its own item. So there are already some item dependencies there. And for Majora, you can access the other game by walking into the Happy Mask shop in the market as Child Link. While there is no issue going through the door, the quirk comes from what lies beyond the door. If you remember, the game starts you with no items, and that includes no Ocarina or Song of Time in Majora, which is necessary to reverse time at will. Now, I could be completely incorrect with this, and if so, someone go ahead and please correct me, but due to this, the game will make sure that before you are logically able to do things in Majora, you will have access to getting the Majora Ocarina and the Majora's Song of Time somewhere before this, and most likely in the Ocarina games. So there are already some more item dependencies on that as well. So when I looked at this, I remembered the freedom of exploration I had access to when I play my regular Ocarina of Time randomizers, where the Door of Time is open at the start of the game, and I had the ability to access both timelines of the game right off the bat. And I wanted this to have the same feel of choice among each of the eras in the game from the beginning as well. So, for this adventure of mine, I will have it set where while I will start in the Child Link era as default, the Door of Time will automatically be open, meaning I can immediately access the Adult era without the need of an Ocarina and the Ocarina Song of Time. The Master Sword will be an exception, but I'll go into more of that in just a little bit. It's not really that big of a deal. As for the Majora era, I will have the Majora Ocarina of Time and the Majora Song of Time already in my inventory from the start. So, should I choose to, I can jump right into Majora's Mask should I decide that is my best course of action. With this freedom of choice, I feel like these two games are fully connected as one overall world, as opposed to just starting with one game and I unlock the logical ability to go to the other at a later point. Now, I say that these two games feel connected, but this does lead into my next point. So one cool part about these two games being played together is that it's really easy to combine elements of these games together. So if you wanted to, you can make it so that items that occur in both games can be treated as one item overall, meaning, just for example, if I found the Lens of Truth, it would be treated as finding both Ocarina's Lens of Truth and Majora's Mask's Lens of Truth at the same time. Or if you were feeling very creative, you could have it where items that only existed in Ocarina could be used in Majora's Mask, and vice versa, leading to some really interesting ideas. Now, this is a really cool concept for this type of combination gameplay, and I am definitely certain I would love to practice and experiment with stuff like this down the line. But for this randomizer, I'm actually skipping doing any of this stuff. I'm keeping both item pools completely separate from the other game. Now, sure, each game will have items from the other game randomized into their item pools and spread throughout the games, but each important item that is found will be meant for its own respective game and not both of them. So, if I find the Ocarina lens, it will only be usable within Ocarina, and I will still have to locate the Majora's Mask Lens of Truth to use it in that game. Now, this might sound a little tedious, and I will fully admit that, but the adventure I want to have with these games is to enjoy both of these games as close to their own original game as possible, like I'm playing Ocarina as Ocarina and Majora as Majora. Or, to be more precise, it's more like I'm going to be playing my Ocarina randomizer rules and my Majora's randomizer rules as close to as I normally play them. Again, I know I'm going to find the other game's items within each other's games, but I want the gameplay to be as close to the original as possible. So that is the journey I want to have with these games. Ocarina items are usable in Ocarina, and Majora's items are usable in Majora's. Alright, now that I've discussed my main topics, it's time to go into the general rules of this randomizer. As I had stated earlier, the rules I want for trying to do this are mimicking my individual Zelda randomizer rules as close as possible. So there will be a lot of overlap and familiarity with some of the rules that I will do. I will try to get through this as quick as I can for time, so here we go with the lightning round. So, the main goal is to beat both Ganon and Majora. The timer stops and the game will be over when I defeat the second main boss. To access Ganon, I will need to get the boss key to his room that will be acquired when I collect the 6 medallions and get through Ganon's tower, which also includes a random number of trials. To access Majora, I will need the 4 boss remains and the Oath to Order to get to the moon. The logic of the game is set to beatable only, meaning the game will make sure I have all the tools necessary to beat the game at minimum, even if areas get locked out of access throughout the game. Within the item pool are all songs, maps, compasses, with songs being located anywhere as opposed to just on song locations. Any key, with the exception of Ganon's key, are all located somewhere within their respective dungeons. The one real exception to this is the Gerudo hideout in Ocarina, where that small key is located on the one guard I will need to defeat to rescue the single carpenter that is trapped. Shops in all games are fully randomized, with the prices dictated by the item it replaces, and including special areas like the Blue Potion shop in Ocarina or the Milk Bar in Majora. Scrubs in Ocarina Scrubs in Ocarina only are in the item pool and cost only 10 rupees. Cows and frogs in Ocarina are in the item pool. Stray fairies in Majora and all Skulltulas in both games are in their vanilla locations. Mask trades in Ocarina are their own item checks. Due to the settings that I have, the Master Sword is acquired when approaching the pedestal for the first time, which that is what will allow full access to the adult era. The Deku Tree and Rainbow Bridge to Ganon's Tower are open by default. A moon crash in Majora will put me back to the start of the first cycle without any progression lost. This is just a safety precaution. The Mask Shop will be open at night, which normally is not, allowing travel to Majora during nighttime in the market. The Fierce Deities mask can be worn anywhere in Majora. Chests will use their original models and not hint as to what items could potentially be in them. The Bigoron sword in Ocarina is a progression sword, took me a second to get that, based on the Giant's Knife. The ice arrows in Ocarina can melt blue fire. There is an extra wallet in each game that can hold 999 rupees. Bombchus are their own bomb bag, meaning once I get them, I can use Bombchu even without the original bomb bag, and it also lets me find Bombchu in the overworld from grass patches and similar such things. Several locations I normally force to be junk items are still forced junk locations, including, for Ocarina, just the Kokiri Forest Cow, and for Majora, the Town Archery Perfect Score, Honey and Darling's All Day Reward, Deku Playground All Day's Reward, the Mountain Village Frogs, and all of the moon item locations since I simply just want to rush to the end and face Majora. Added to this list specifically for this randomizer is the Bank 5,000 Rupee check. There are several types of traps in this game, not just a singular trap, multiple traps, and I will be expected to see a light number of them within the junk item pool. The hint distribution system was customized to include a guaranteed 10 Way of the Hero hints, 10 Foolish Area hints, and 8 hints of really lengthy areas that are always specified for this particular group of hints. The rest are other types of hints to fill out the list. There will be 0 duplicate hints within the entire list. Every hint will be unique. Gossip Stones are available by default. Majora's Mask trade items will reappear in my inventory after resetting to a new cycle. Gold Dust is treated as a permanent item in this randomizer, so it reappears in the inventory when starting a new cycle and cannot be sold to free up the bottle it is occupying. And lastly, several NPCs and areas will hint at item locations, examples of those being the pedestal in Ocarina, and a sign in South Clocktown in Majora that will hint at major item locations like the medallions and boss remains, and Ganon in Majora will tell you the region that the Ocarina Light Arrows and the Oath to Order will be located, respectively. Okay, that wraps up that lightning round. Did you get all that? I know it was a lot, but I like to make sure the rules are spelled out before a game starts up. And I'm sure there will be a few things I'll need to explain during the game, but we can do that when we get into said game. And speaking of the game, I think it's time we get started here. I've got a lot going on here, so everything is all set. As you can see, there's a lot to do with this tracker, and there's a lot of other things on here that you can just go ahead and ignore. I've not done any major settings changes. Like, as you can see, I'm going to click here, like the Ocarina C buttons. If I was being really crazy, I could hide those buttons in the item pool for restricting my Ocarina. And there's plenty of other things too. If you want to see future runs of this randomizer where I do more crazy things, please let me know. I would definitely be up to trying them. But for now, we have just a basic starting randomizer of this completely chaotic adventure. So why don't we get started here? 3, 2, what kind of madness did I just get myself into? Go. Alright, so we do just start in Link's house here in Ocarina. Pretty standard fare for Ocarina, so I don't have to do too many crazy things right off the bat. Now, what is going to be a bit of a deviation from what I normally do, I do want to go and check the dungeons that I have to do. Okay. So as you can see there, the item specifically said if it was for OOT or Majora, it'll say MM in that case. So I'll be finding things for both games everywhere. So the Mido starter pack, not doing too much until I get the all-night mask. Wow, I could actually do some crazy stuff right off the bat if I hop to Majora. Intriguing. Okay, we do have another item up here in the Hidden Grove. There we go. So let's go see what the Kokiri Sword check is over here. I will go visit the shop afterwards. Now, as I normally do, I do keep notes while I play this. And this is definitely going to be very important for me to do so in this game. I usually just write those out. So if I have to pause to do some note writing, I hope you won't mind, but that's how I keep track of things. Alright, good idea to take a few rupees where I can get them. Now, item prices aren't going to be too chaotic in this randomizer. As I did say, the items that are replaced, and it's actually all 8 items as opposed to the 4 I normally have, the price that the item will be is exactly what the price would be of the item that it replaces. So if the item that is in the shop here that replaces the Deku Shield that is normally 40 rupees, that would cost 40. So we're going to find out here in just a second. What do we have in the shop? Oh, I see a lot of things right off the bat. That's an MM Silver Rupee, but that's for 30. Pictograph box for 10. Can I buy these things? Fairy Slingshot for 40. Oh, that's not very cost effective. Well, I'm going to buy the Pictograph box. There we go. There we go. Seems like Majora is getting quite filled out. Alright, what I'm going to do, since it is very cheap for me to do, I'm going to do just a little rupee farm here. Because getting the Fairy Slingshot right off the bat, that's pretty good. I can find one more green rupee. So it's like I'm getting the Deku Shield all over again. Single green, there we go. And yep, that's spelled right. Still have to keep an eye on whether or not things are misspelled. That is a hint as to them being ice traps. Okay. Okay, you want a C item, because you never know. That's always a nice quick 5 rupees you can get. Now, there are many gossip stones spread throughout the game. I do know that there is one right up here that I can get. So we're going to see if this hint is worth it, and most likely it will be. What do we got? Fisherman's Game. Okay. So that is a note. Now, I don't know if that is adult or child, so I would have to consider doing both to find that mask. Alright, so now we'll go out here. I'll get my, what is normally the Ocarina check, with an Ocarina hookshot! Alright! It's always good to start with an item like that right off the bat. Seeing a hookshot or a Megaton hammer makes that pretty good. Alright. Now, thankfully, right off the bat, this is pretty standard fare for what I would do for Ocarina. Just make my way to the clock, or gonna call it Clock Town, Castle Town area, and see what kind of information I can glean from here. I've got 2 shops, plenty of games, and a good source of rupee farming for Ocarina, so that's pretty dang good. But I'm definitely going to be making a pit stop to the adult timeline and the Majora era to get some relevant hints. Kind of see what my 3-game starter pack of this is going to be. And because I know it's in here and quick, I am going to get the Skulltula. Now, I'm sure attentive viewers who have watched my Ocarina randomizers before will have noticed I did not say 40 Skulltula tokens and 50 Skulltula token checks were exempted from the junk item pool. So if something important does exist on the 40 and 50 spider checks, I'm going to have to keep an eye on that. Alright, to the bazaar. What do we have? I see a lot of things. Okay, woo, Giant Knife for 90. New Wave Bossa Nova for 60. Ooh, that's a lot of things. Song of Healing. An empty bottle for OOT. I'm going to be doing a lot of rupee farming here in a second. Captain's Hat. Yeah, I can buy that. At this rate, I'm going to start with a full inventory before I even step into Majora. Okay, that is OOT Bomb Chews. Go. Oh, I don't have a Bomb Chew bag. I have to wait till I find a natural source. Now, was there something for 10 or is that 20? You know what? Just to fill out. Alright, what do I need in total? I need 20, that's 80. I'd love to get the Giant's Knife, so that's 170. So that's about 200 rupees I need to farm just for that alone. Maybe the potion shop over here will have a wallet? I'm only seeing one potentially important thing. Ooh, that's lowercase. I think that is a... Okay, definitely need to make a note of that. Bremen Mask. For that. Okay. A rupee being sold exactly for cost. And a lot of that. Okay. So I just need 200 rupees for the potion shop. Or, not potion shop, the bazaar. So I'm going to do what I normally do, which is some quick rupee farming. Because that is a lot of good things that just showed up right there, especially for Majora. And this by itself is one of the best quick rupee farming bits in the game. Oops, as I just about miss. Alright, moving along. Always good to collect items right off the bat. I'm not talking to you. I mean, unless you randomly gave me something, in which case, speak up. Okay, Song of Healing. That's pretty good. And the New Wave Bossa Nova, that is spelled correctly. That's cool, plays a little Ocarina jingle. Okay, I'm still gonna need at least 100 rupees, so a little bit more rupee farming is in order. But I do have to say, the Majora's Mask item pool is filling out quite nicely. Now, for anyone wondering, there are actually 3 red rupees that are invisible up here on the bridge. In order to get the other red rupee, you would have to climb up the second chain. Now, I certainly could, and in fairness, I probably should have done it there, because I only need 1 more red. But typically, I find that it's faster to just come over to one side. Oh. Do the roll jump. And I only got 1 anyway, so, haha. To do said roll jump, and then get the 40 and go back in and out to reset the 40, as opposed to doing the double rolls to get 60. It's just kind of a cost to time ratio. Giant's Knife, you are spelled correctly. So, with this, I have found the... I don't think it marks. Yeah, so I'm going to keep that off for now. So I have found the Giant's Knife. So the next time I find a Giant's Knife, I will find the full Bigoron Sword. Which is great, because definitely having a fully powered up sword in the adult timeline is very good. Alright, now we are at sunset here. So get my little charge up here. We'll go for a bottle, because having that bottle would be a good idea. Explore around the market a little bit more. Maybe what I could do is quickly go out of town, talk to Malin, get the empty bottle for OT, there we go. Excellent. Quickly get the item and then do more talking around town. So that Happy Mask shop over there, that is where I will enter into the realm of Majora, which is quite fitting. Alright. Undead, yep. 5 Deku Nuts for OOT. Get back to town for you. There we go. I think that's fine. Yes. Okay. So I do have Deku Nuts. There we go. And I do have enough money to try the gallery. Let's see if I remember how to do this. Aha. Still remember my timing. Oop. 1 and 2. Alright, back row. Bam! Perfect score gets me a red rupee from Majora. Not bad, gonna already fill out the wallet before I travel to a different era. Okay, that's it for current exploration here. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go up here to the Temple of Time, which also has 4 Gossip Stones, so good hints. Ocean Spider House is considered foolish. That is some of the best news I have heard. So I don't have to do anything with the Spider House. Water Temple River Chest gives a small key to water. Okay, so I don't really need to make a note of that. I will find keys. Fire Temple Scarecrow Chest. So I'm assuming that is... the alternate path up the Fire Temple Hill. So I can skip having to look into that chest. The Giant's Mask can be found in Hyrule Market. That is another good location to keep in mind. So that means either it is on some of the mini games or it could be in the Bombchu shop. We'll find out in a moment. So as you can see, the Door of Time already open. So I can go straight to Adult Era. Normally in some randomizers, the pedestal is set to instantly tell you where things can be. So in this case, if you're a child, it will tell you where the spiritual stones are. In which case, this is Dodongo's Cavern, the Water Temple, and Fire Temple. Oh my. So that means all the Majora temples are online. And I do not have to get these spiritual stones. Excellent. So I don't have to beat those temples. Now, as you can see there, the Master Sword is not in the pedestal and will likely stay out because the Master Sword is its own item in this game. Another key that is needed to go to the Adult Era. And they kind of just make it an insta-warp to save time. But here we are as Adult Link. Now, my freebie is Oldolwa's Remains. All right. Have to mark that. Oh, there we go. Oh, that is goat. I need... Hang on. I'm going to relearn this tracker. There we go. So I have Oldolwa's Remains, which is excellent. Now, let's figure out where the other medallions are located. Light Medallion is inside the Deku Tree. The Forest Medallion is in the Shadow Temple. Oops, I just missed that. Jabu has the Fire Medallion. Great Bay Temple has the Water Medallion. The Spirit Medallion is in Woodfall Temple. And the Shadow Medallion is in the Forest Temple. Alright, so 3 Majora's Mask Remains are in the Spirit Temple, the Snowhead Temple, and the Stone Tower Temple. So definitely got a lot of exploration ahead. Now, I'll explore more of Adult Timeline in a bit. So as you can see, it's kind of weird not having the Master Sword sitting in the pedestal. Kind of makes that animation there look a little funny, but either way. But as you can see, we have a bit of a game plan here. The Forest Temple, Spirit Temple, and Shadow Temple are going to be the big things I have to explore as adult in this game. But now, it is time to transition over to Majora. Welcome to Dawn of the First Day. Hello, Termina. Now, for walking through the door, I believe this is the Deku mask normally. We get some milk, which I don't think we can do anything with, and that's just its own check. So, never mind. But we can do work here. And just because there's a lot of things to do, I'm going to slow down the time and start making some headway. And up here we have the Spooky Mask. So that'll be for Ocarina. Now you might be wondering, what do the masks do? Well, I can trade in the first 4 masks in order to get things from people who want to wear the masks. I can carry every single one of those masks at once, so I can quick swap between them in order to make the trades. Anyways, so this sign here will tell me where the remains are. We already know Oldolwa was in the Sacred Realm. Spirit Temple has Goat. So that means Georg and Twin Mold will be down here. So we have to do Twin Mold's remains in Stone Tower Temple. There's Georg. And that is Twin Mold. Alright, we know exactly what temples we have to do. Which is awesome. Hello, Cafe. Yes, gonna have to be playing this as the Link model for this one. I typically play with the Cafe model when I do my Majora's randomizers, specifically just the Majora's randomizers, because it is an easy-to-access model. I don't really have access to other means to get other models. I'd certainly love to try them if I ever got the opportunity to do so. Alright. Oh yes, I suppose I should show off. So here's the inventory. As you can see, already have the Pictobox, already have the All Night Mask and the Captain's Hat, Aldowa, as well as 3 Ocarina songs. Alright, now what do we have in this shop? I see a big sword and I see a sad mask. Not a lot else otherwise. Circus Leader for 30. And Bigoron's sword for 10? Hello! Now I'm marking it. Alright, so I just need another 15 rupees and I can buy the Circus Leader's mask. So I'm not going to pay too much attention to that right off the bat. I see Bomb, I see Heart Piece, I see Bomb Chew. No need. Okay. Do not have a sword, can't do that. So the lottery in this game is just a lottery. So the check itself is completely void. I do not have to do the lottery at all. I even had to like triple check to make sure that was the case. Alright, I see a heart piece up there. I can kind of just ignore that. I do indeed have the means to get this. And Nehru's Love. Okay. Now, as I'm sure you could notice on my tracker down below the Captain's Hat here, as you can see, Nehru's Love is listed there. But Nehru's Love is not in Majora's Mask. So going back to what I was talking about at the very beginning with my giant ramblings, you can make it so that items that only existed in one of the Zelda games can be used in the other Zelda game. And there's a lot of customization you can work with this. In which case, you could make it so that Nehru's Love could be used in Majora's. And would probably have the same function, just giving you an invincible barrier. Again, I would definitely love to do that sometime in the future as its own, you know, very crazy setup. And I have found the Pocket Cuckoo, which, if that didn't come to me as an egg, I'm fairly certain that's the adult timeline one. Very intriguing. That will give me some reason to go visit adult era. Alright, yes, I typically go through East Clock Town, doing a few things at the start. So I'm going to get some more quick freebie things, as well as a lot of hints. There's a lot of gossip stones here in the Termina area. Excellent, I dodged that bomb chew for once. Usually gives me a problem. Alright. What do we got? Oh, the Gerudo Mask. Okay. Something you don't normally see in a randomizer. And that is a completely cosmetic mask. Just meant for a lot of flavor text in the Ocarina world. Which is a very cool thing. Alright, this one I'm going to have to dodge. Come over here. These gossip stones are normally a gold mine of information. Unless they just retain their puzzle hint. Okay, another foolish area. Road to Icona. Good. That the Market Treasure game is a Keaton mask for Ocarina. Okay. Making a note of this. Only because if that trade has to happen... okay, the Zora mask from Majora's Mask can be found in Kokiri Forest. That is a good thing. Another good note. Bigaron gives 5 bombs, OOT, a piece of heart in Majora's Mask, and the compass for the well. Now, is that Bigaron for Ocarina and Majora? I have no idea with this one. But none of those are necessary. So for right now, I'm just specifically putting that Bigaron is foolish, and we're going to move along from that. Come over here to my favorite rupee hunting part-timer and just give him a hand. Come on down. Like that, and like that. There we go. That'll take care of all my monetary needs for the near future. And in here we got a heart container for MM. Alright, that charges me up another heart. And even the heart pieces and heart containers are separate to their respective games. So if I find a lot of hearts from Majora, I would certainly be healthy here. But wouldn't be so for Ocarina. We're gonna have to see how that goes. And we just get a bundle of arrows, which do me no good. I do not have a bow. Now, once again, I have another Gossip Stone over here I want to look at. Gerudo Training Ground is foolish? Oh my goodness. That is a beautiful hint. Now I don't have to go through that entire area in order to see about 9 different keys. Alright. Now I'm going to go in here because I believe these Gossip Stones share the same ID as each other. Road to Icona is foolish. Okay. Exactly as I thought. Do not have to look at the other 4 Gossip Stones areas. I'm going to try to make my way over here. Quickly read this. Yep, you're coming up behind me. Snowhead Temple is entirely foolish. That is huge. That just knocked out an entire temple of looking around for things. Now, mind you, I do have all the keys for each temple within the respective temples. So I might still have to do some hunting around in order to get keys to progress. But knowing that I don't have to look for anything there, New Bossa Nova and Hyrule's Market, I already have that one. But knowing I don't have to, that's pretty big. Okay. What do you sell? 50 rupees will do you for a recovery heart. No. Goodbye. I'll be back when I have a horse to race you. But until then, goodbye. Now, funnily enough, I did get that all-night mask just a little while ago. I could very well take care of that entire duo of checks right away. Oh, wow, you were really following me there. Since it is 8 o'clock, I can, in fact, go to the Stockpot Inn. Which I'm going to go do so now, because I have some ideas. It's how the flow of things is going in my head. I'm going to go to here. We're going to do this. And we're going to go talk to good old Granny. Now, this should take me to 10:30. I'm really curious to see if I can time this. So we'll do the first story. Speed through all this text. And Eve of the Festival for the first one. And we can just get arrows for a bow that does not exist. Now, if I can get to the mayor's residence quick enough, I might be able to intercept the conversation and talk to Madame Aroma. Postman's out and about. I'm not going to stick around much further. Ooh, please. Let me get in. Yes! Sorry, just gotta talk to Madame Aroma. Don't mind me, Gorman. Hard piece. Okay. Oh, I gotta wait. Too bad I can't just hop my way through here. Gotta wait till the door fully closes. Alright, now we'll go do the second story. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna listen to the second story, get the item, and then I'm gonna reverse time and take it right back to the first day, because this will take me to day 2. We'll do this. What will I want? The 4 giants? Yes. Actually, might be a few other things I can do, shopping-wise and whatnot. Alright. The key is I don't know. And we get Deku Notes for Ocarina, which I've already got. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to go to the Clocktown shop, and we're going to get the Circus Leader's Mask. Since I can. And then I'm going to warp it to Night 3. And we're going to check a few things around town. And by a few, I mean very few. Just get this. We're all set. I always want to get all the key items I can. Circus Leaders for 30. There we go. Just in case I have to do the Alien Defense as well as Cremia Defense. So we'll move it ahead to Night 3, which will let me do a few things. And also, I can check what the big bomb bag check would be. Move it along here. Don't really have to do too much in the rupee deposit section until further notice. And this way I know if I've only done certain things, I can mitigate tasks better on subsequent run-throughs of this area. Ah, yes. And I will go ahead and unslow time. Try to get to 10 o'clock as soon as I can. Can maybe do a little work in Road to Southern Swamp. Just to kind of speed things along a little bit. So I can't do too much else otherwise. And I don't have a long-range item in this game, so I can't do very much otherwise. Yeah, I mean, oh yeah, and because I don't have certain items, I can't even do the Honey Darling game. I was just thinking I could have. But I can't. But this chest is a dungeon map to Spirit Temple. Okay, worth a shot. Oh yes, I was going to do the rest of my Termina Field exploration. How could I forget? So let's go do that. Alright. I guess I do still kind of need a few rupees, so we're going to come over here to this special setup of red rupees, which it looks like one, but it's actually 2 rupees on top of each other. Nice little boost to the wallet. Alright, your hint is, a Majora's Mask wallet can be found in Kakariko. Intriguing. That hint works for me. So we'll get down here. There is another Gossip Stone right over in this corner. Get rid of these. I don't want a snowball fight. West Clocktown is foolish. West Clocktown is foolish. Oh my goodness. That hint could not have come at a better time. Did I do that right? See if I can't do this. Ooh, nice. Good payout. I find that the bigger songs get bigger payouts, but I'm not sure what the actual mechanics to that are. Right. It's over this way. Alright. So we got another Gossip Stone over here. We'll look at this. Fishing gives Faroe's Wind and a compass. Ah, okay, okay. That makes sense in my head now. So I'm sure past me will have already, or future me who's editing this will have already caught this. When I thought it said Fisherman's Game, I thought that was Ocarina Fishing. Fisherman's Game is Majora's Mask after you've beat the Great Bay Temple. Fishing in fishing in this case means Ocarina Fishing. And because of the order that's listed, I'm going to make the assumption that that is child prize. So I don't have to do adult fishing. Go me. Right. We're going to go this way. Now, the game itself has said that the entirety of West Clocktown is foolish. So nothing from West Clocktown is needed for me to beat the entire game. But I am still going to pay a visit. And the reason I say that is if I could potentially see this big bomb bag, which is what gets placed here if you fail to stop Sakon, that could potentially lead to an indication of what could be junk. Like, for example, if I see... Well, just for greens, if I see the Megaton Hammer for Ocarina there, here, that would mean that the Megaton Hammer is an item that is not necessary for me to beat the game. It's that kind of logic, shall we say. That is a silver rupee. Do not need, because that would probably sell for 90 rupees anyway. That is perfect. 0 rupees in the bank. I'm going to deposit. Looks like I got to do this the old-fashioned way. And nice, it skips all that. Alright, with that, I'm going to reset time so that everything is ready to go for a fresh cycle here. But I'm going to go back to Ocarina World, and I'm going to continue my exploration there. Because I don't have... I have items, but I don't have what I'd call really good items for progression. So, I'm going to go back to Ocarina World. And I'm going to see what kind of exploration I can get done here. And I'm going to do that exploration as an adult. Because if you remember my little lightning round of things that I have good to go, I have the Rainbow Bridge to Ganon's Tower already open. So I can go into Ganon's Tower right now. Yes, I did get that right. That was the adult chicken. So because I can get into Ganon's Tower, that means things are in Ganon's Tower that I can pilfer. And because they're very easy to access, it is very likely that a starting type of item will be listed here. So we're gonna see what this will do. Here we go. Ganon's Tower. I gotta say, like, I know I'm already like 40 minutes in, but I've gotta say, just the prospect of, I was Ocarina Child Link. I then hopped to Majora in the same game, and then I am now Adult Link here. Can I just say that this is like the coolest thing ever? Alright, so I see Water Barrier and I see Spirit Barrier. Ooh, I might only have to do 2 barriers. I might still have to do more exploration, but I only have to finish 2 barriers? Oh, I think that's right. I only have to do 2 barriers! Oh, this is awesome! Alright, but in here... I might not have enough rupees. Great Fairy Sword for 10? That'll help me in Majora, that's for sure. I didn't take the hit there. Swamp Title Deed for 10. I don't have rupees, but I gotta make a note of this. Don't have enough. Yeah, and you're not going to give me rupees for that anyway. Deca Shield for 10. Nope, not going to give. Blue Rupee for 10. No, you're the bad businessman. And you hit me, so you are really out to screw with me. Okay, but good is good. I do have the Great Fairy Sword in Majora's Mask. That's awesome. Alright, 2 freebie chests here. And I do have a bottle, so I can take blue fire. But now that it is filled with Lon Lon milk... and a piece of heart. Yeah, that did fill my bottle, right? Yes. Okay. Alright, now we can go over here. Another quick chest for access. Now there are also 2 small keys hiding in this temple, or not temple, Ganon's tower. So 2 of the chests are already spoken for. Like that. Ooh, I'll take that Deku Nut if I can get it. There's one of the small keys. Alright, and... so how it works on the tracker for keys, the keys are listed beneath the area that it is representing. So don't get confused if you see just a bunch of small key icons there. Okay, I think that's all I can do safely. I might be able to do 1 chest. I'm gonna give it a shot. And this also will speed up a room here, so... oh, that's what I can do! The silver rupees will fill up my wallet. Take my invincibility where I can. Nope. Oh, that's good, that's good. Yes, leg central. Oh, that's good. Room is already taken care of. If I had Bomb Shoe, I could do more. But I can't, so I won't. Or maybe I... yeah, if I beat these torch slugs, I think I can. Right? Jump slash? Gotcha. Yes, I can do this one. Which gets me a Bomb Shoe bag for Ocarina! That is so funny. Alright, so the Bomb Shoe bag gives me a free batch of explosives right off the bat. That is not gonna do... hey, there we go. So because of that, there's another hidden chest over here. I've said this before, but I think this was the last hidden chest I ever learned about in this game. Completely useless, but I'll take what I get. Alright. Excellent, excellent. There might be 1 more chest I can do. Might being the operative word. We'll check it out. Now, there's a treasure trove of chests in the Light Temple area, but I can't do anything further with that. Alright, give me my Swamp Title Deed. So I'm going to cross that note off. Don't have to worry about that. We're doing good. So I'm going to do a quick little visit to the Shadow Trial area. I might be able to get 1 chest. Don't think so, but we're gonna try. And we can! And it's just a heart. And I'm gonna need it! Alright. Works for me. Alright. So I'm going to do something really creative here. Because in both Ocarina and Majora, you can save on the select item menu here. Just like this. And something also you can do just to help prevent soft locking yourself. They also let you return to dungeon entrances or to wherever your natural spawn point is into the world. I'm going to do this. And now I'm right back in the Temple of Time. Ain't that awesome? Okay, probably will still continue my exploration into Ocarina for now. Oh, there's more good items if I go to Kakariko, so I think I'm gonna go do just that. Onwards. It did just dawn in my head that one of the things I normally customize in Ocarina Randomizers is big Poe hunting is normally set to just needing one big Poe to deliver in order to get the check. And there was no option that made that specifically the case that I noticed. So, 10 Poes are still online, and I hope I don't need them. All right. There's a lot we can do here. First, we're going to check what Skulltulas I need. Let's see. 20 is useless. 40 is useless. 30 might not be. $30 Skulltulas. So 30 is online. 50 is dead. Aha! 10 is a trap. So the only one I have to look at is 30. Or at least keep an eye on. Alright, let's do a little work here. By virtue of being tall, I can clip through that. And there's my wallet upgrade. Adult wallet for Majora's Mask. I have located that. Perfect. Ah yes, there is the Skulltula that is hiding up there. You know what? Because I can. I do have the hookshot. Do various related roof shenanigans. I just need to be closer. Hello, man on the roof. More milk. I am getting so much milk. Alright, we'll get this Skulltula, and then we'll continue onwards. I could do some work in the graveyard. Maybe I'll race Dompe. Now, there was no speed-up minigame option that I noticed. So, I might have to race Dompe twice, which is fine. Gold Skulltula token number 2. I just need to keep an eye up to 30. And there are a few things I can look at in here, so why don't we go do just that? Hello, graveyard. Now, I don't have Zelda's Lullaby, so I can't get into the back gravestone. We do have a chest here, so why don't we just take a look? Song of Storms for Ocarina. Awesome. So I can go to the well. Alright. Now we're going to do just a little camera clip if I can time this right. Gotcha. Maybe it'd be better if I was a child, but we'll find out. Ah! I'm not making a note of that because Don Garro's mask is not needed. I'm not doing Majora's frogs. Ocarina frogs are an exception. They're fine. Alright. Let's do the race. I'm gonna just focus here for a bit. Gotta hear the flames as they're getting tossed. Ouch. That one's probably going to cost me a little bit. Very much so. I gotta speed up here. Although if this is just getting through, this might not be so bad. Doing a very good job of hitting those doors. I am hoping this is just the first one, because I don't think I'm gonna get it. How did I make that one? Oh, you get both. Nice. And I'm already seeing one thing I like. And that is the silver scale for Ocarina. So I can dive. And that's great. So now I have access to... Okay, that will do me no good. But that does give me access to... I don't have Song of Time. Can't do this. But that does give me access to Zora's Domain. So I think I'll be just alive. But, as wise people have said, drink your milk. Good. It was worth it to do that. I have the silver scale. Alright, that's all the work I can do in the graveyard for now. Let's go to the windmill. I want to see what that item is at the top. And it is just a red potion. Okay. Since I have no Ocarina, I can't talk to the guy at the windmill. Oh, yes. I'm gonna go... Oh, yeah, it's nighttime. I can't visit her. The lady in the back potion shop. Oh, but there is a grotto there. You know what I'm gonna do? We are going to turn it into daytime. And I'm going to do a little hunting around at some of the shops. So we just got to wait a bit. We'll let the moon pass by here. Can kind of just talk for a little bit. Definitely the item loadout that I have going for me right now is screaming, do work in Ocarina. Like, I've got good weapons. I've got good travel items. I have explosives, which is great. I would definitely need a bow to make easy access in Majora. Maybe another transformation mask would help. So it doesn't seem like I can do too much in Majora's Mask by itself yet. So I'm thinking I'm going to be sticking to Ocarina for a little while. And I know I'm going to find more things for Majora as I do this, for sure. Like, I know... The Zora's Mask is hiding somewhere in Kokiri Forest that I've just not located yet. And in all fairness, there are a lot of things that I can do in Child Timeline still. So, plenty of areas to explore. This is going to be a very, very lengthy game. Alright, so we're just gonna take some explosion damage here. Since I do know this is a thing. Freeze me into a frozen jump slash! Yes. Redeads typically want to go feast on their fallen friends instead of Link when there are dead Redeads around. We got more bomb shoe. Well, that's good. I've got plenty of explosives. I'll be able to do a lot of work. Cannot do the archery game because I do not have a bow. But I am going to wake you up. Well, there we go. Now, I do believe that the cuckoo will stay in my possession throughout the entire game, but I did have to do that for a trade. And I get an ocarina! That chicken was good. Okay, maybe it was already part of the thing. Either way. So maybe it just sticks that way. But either way, I have an ocarina. So now, I can talk to you. I am getting so many Bonchu. All the boomy mouses. Alright. I don't think I can make the jump. I cannot. Any chance I can sell some of these and make a bit of a tiny profit? Now that I've reset, do you do something different? You do not. Okay. Anyways, we are going to go up here. More shopping checks. Here we go. Ooh, I see something in the corner. Yeah, that'd be a good start. However, that's also a good start. I don't need that. Alright, I do know that there are plenty of other shops for me to visit. Having rupees is a good thing. Having rupees is a very good thing. So that would be a Majora's Bomb Bag for 30. Din's Fire for 15. So that is 75 rupees that I would need in order to acquire these 3 items. Might be able to get a little lucky out here. And I've got my reasons. So we'll go into this grotto here. Got a hint and a check. Ah! That's kind of funny. Oh, the explosive mouses! Okay. So if memory serves me right, there is a red rupee hiding in that box. Alright, what do you sell? Lost Woods. Oh, I guess I have to hand in the mushroom first before I can actually buy the thing. So, do you stay? Ha-ha! Not a bad spot to get a few extra rupees very quickly, I would say. Alright, so I do have to actually enter a house to reset the flag. Got it. We'll do this, and then there's 3 things to buy. All good. Here we go. One more time, just to get those rupees. Like that. Feels weird not having any music, but that's because I typically enter here before the music even starts. Just based on your time of day when you come into the towns. Alright. Boomerang! Din's Fire! And explosives for Majora! Awesome! Alright. Well, I do believe that I have put in a good amount of work for an hour. So I am going to pause. There we go. First hour in, we're making some pretty good headway with item collection. Definitely so in Ocarina's case. Got a lot of good inventory slots filled here. Should be able to do quite a bit of work as far as Ocarina is concerned as I continue my exploration. Majora, definitely going to need just a little bit more in my inventory to really make me say, okay, let's go and really do some work in Termina. But we'll have to see how the next episode will go. So, thank you very much for watching the first episode of this randomizer. I hope you will stick around for more episodes to come, and there definitely will be a lot of episodes. I can anticipate this taking a very long time. So until then, thank you very much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed. Take care, stay safe, and have a good day.